Hello and welcome to Pocket Gamer.biz's YouTube channel. I'm Jon Jordan and we are playing Hungry Shark World. So I've just finished a session. You can see I got a new high score. You can see a bit of the monetization, kind of the metagame stuff going on here. So I earned some 236 gold credits. That's the soft currency. So obviously you can see it's telling me to share my high score. That's a kind of social kind of glue. It's the virality of me as a player, trying to encourage people to play the game. You can also see it down the bottom to unlock new sharks. So there is a kind of a shark progression. So this is a small shark. This is a port beagle. So I started off with an entry-level shark, and now I got a bigger shark. You need bigger sharks to eat bigger things. So there's kind of like a nice little mechanic where there's certain things you can't eat until you get the big sharks. So I've got 37% of the way to unlock a medium shark, so that's good to show me that progress. Okay, this is quite nice. I've been playing the game a lot, but now it's asking me to want to have push notifications. That's very polite and a good way to do it. I've been playing the game a lot, so this is my shark. You can see I've maxed out very light kind of characteristics. This is a very simple kind of arcade type game. So it's kind of been, what's very interesting about it is how this is actually the 5th game in the series of Hungry Shark, and they were paid games originally, then they went to kind of free but not much monetization. Now they've got a bit more monetization, a bit more of a kind of a meta game around them, but still fairly light compared to a lot of games. We can see here what's going on here. So there's my shark. and he's got a wig on, go figure. So you can look here, here's other things I can add. I can add a saucepan, I can add a tiki torch, I can add an umbrella. You can see all these things are giving me increasing the speed at which I kind of level up, so I get a 5% food bonus. So here I can put a kilt on, I can put a hula skirt on. That might look quite nice. So I can buy a hula skirt, increase my health by 2%. There we go. The shark's looking very, very neat, isn't it? So I've got the lady wig. Okay, I can have a hula crown as well if I wanted. So we can see this is kind of like a selling a funny little hat, but you can see how it feeds into the metagame. It's kind of a bit odd, really. What else is there? Let's go back to this shark. You can see here, this is the one I started out with, the little black tip. So here I leveled him up. So this is now the small sharks. So go through those. So next one, I can unlock it. I could just buy it now. I don't have enough currency, but I could just buy it. Obviously, if we go right to the end, we've got a great white that we can buy. He's an XXL. Okay, so there's a mission. So there's letters you can collect. So you can see this is all building up. Another mission: eat any 4 sharks. I can only eat the small sharks. Mission: survive for 5 minutes. See, there's events as well. So events are very important in free-to-play games. So we can see that while the game itself, as we'll go into in a minute, is very light in terms of the gameplay, all this is kind of layering stuff up, which is kind of giving me more reason to go back, more reason to, I didn't quite survive for 5 minutes, I didn't quite eat, I only ate 3 sharks. I guess the most important nice bit here is, so these are the pets. So I've got Dave currently, baby port beagle. He helps me chomp through the ocean and he eats stuff that worth 2 points. There's a kraken, that's kind of super expensive. There's all these kind of ones have, you can even have Phil, who's a baby great white. He'll be worth 3 times as much as my little port beagle. But they're kind of funny, they're like in our type. They're kind of like the power-ups, they go off and do their own thing. So let's quickly go in and just play the game to just so you get an idea about what the kind of fun is about. And one thing to say, so we can see that he had his pink wig on there. So I'm just very controlling, just very simply, I'm just moving around. I've got a boost. There's a big, I'm probably not going to be able to eat him. Can I eat him? No, I need a bigger shark. So you can see immediately I'm like, I'm having loads of fun eating stuff, but I need a bigger shark to get that. Oh, is there a person up there? Right, eat her. So we can see there's the letter, so I got that. So that's a power up thing. There's people I can eat. That's always kind of fun if you're a shark, don't you? You want to be eating people. I can, even if I am a shark wearing a pink wig. So my life, and I have a boost. So double tap the boost. That's useful for catching stuff. I'm basically just going around eating fish and people. Okay, and I have to keep eating things, obviously, or I run out of health. If I could get eaten by other things as well, that will deplete my health. Come on! And there's gold as well. So if I get a gold rush, and I'm getting more gold points. So you think now I'm in the gold rush, everything's gold. So you can see it's got that kind of bonusy multiplier type situation. I don't want to go into those jellyfish. What's this guy here? He's another shark, but I got him. He was big enough. So there's also, I think there's an idea about this game is a bit like Slither.io or Agero.io, where not quite in the same way. It's not a multiplayer PvP. Or can I eat that shark? Yes, got him. But you can kind of see there's this kind of like an ecosystem where there's things you can eat and things you have to run away from because they're bigger than you. So I'm just eating away. You can see my little pet. So he's zooming around. He's just kind of eating things as well. So that's kind of speeding me up through the game. So these. But the nice thing about this is really the environment. So I'm going to go into the. Oh, he's a big shark. So yeah, he's going to eat me. Oh dear, I want to run away. So let's go into the gallon and try and find out where it is. Oh no, can I boost this stronger? Yes, okay, so there's a secret area now. Well, not so much a secret area, but another area. Oh, I don't think I want those ones. There's mines. If I go into those, I'll blow up. So let's do that actually. Something else we can see. Okay, I'm starving, I'm going to run out of food. So let's just starve, because this is an important thing. So we've looked at the monetization. There's kind of some porcupine fish I can't eat. Oh, I can eat. Okay. Oh, I'm dead now. So now I can go in, the whole standard thing, I can go in, I can use hard currency, but now I'm going to get a Mobile Strike rewarded video. So so Mobile Strike from Machine Zone is one of the biggest games in terms of advertising at the moment. Probably will be for the whole of this year, just because they're very good at controlling their funnel. But this is the biggest thing for last year in terms of indirect monetization for free-to-play games has been rewarded video. So I was dying, my shark was dead. Oh, but the developer says, oh, you can continue to play the game, keep your score, just watch a video. There I go, look at him. There I go. So here I am, my life's fully functional again, and I've kind of kept my score. I've kept my. Oh, can I eat that crab? Yeah. So that is it's kind of interesting. So Hungry Shark World has actually done really well. In its first week, it's been downloaded 10 million times. That's partly because it's got really good. It's been, so this is the 5th game in the series. Ooh, he's a big shark. So people know the game. The game is very popular. Oh no, he's eating me. Yeah, God, dead me. So people know the game's very popular. So I could say myself again. I can't really be bothered now. So there we go, new high score. So it's been downloaded a lot, but actually what's interesting is it's actually been a top 50 grossing game on iPhone in the States, one of the biggest markets. It's also very big in China actually. This franchise, the last one was published in China, the last one in the series, Hungry Shark Evolution. So we can kind of see it's making money directly because people are spending money to unlock sharks. That's the kind of thing, and maybe not so much to unlock funny hats. But the other thing is, lots of money, I imagine, indirectly is being made by people watching rewarded video ads. So we kind of see, this isn't a game that has very high revenue per player in terms of people spending hundreds of dollars in the way that they would do in a Mobile Strike type game, but it's going much wider, so it's going to have a very big reach. Probably will do, who knows, depending how much Ubisoft push it, but probably one of those games that could end up doing 100 million downloads. So it's got a very big audience, and it's going to monetize, not brilliantly in terms of people buying in-app purchases in the game, but combining the in-app purchases with all this rewarded video stuff. And it could be this year's kind of Crossy Road, really. Crossy Road, famously a game with very little monetization directly, but probably has done, certainly did 10 million, probably has now done $20 million of indirect advertising. So that's the monetization of Hungry Shark World, and I think it's kind of this new generation of games which are, sit in this kind of sweet spot between have quite a big reach, have monetization inside, which some people will immediately go and buy a great white if they want to. If they want to spend that kind of like $50–60 and buy the biggest shark in there and just enjoy the game in that way. But most people will just earn the developer a bit of money every day by watching a few rewarded video ads, and it's again then it becomes interesting for how Ubisoft and Future Game of London can keep the retention, because this kind of game doesn't have any multiplayer, which is the big way of keeping retention. So kind of having these events and having these other kind of layers of things going on in there, that's going to be, can that keep people playing for weeks and months and maybe even years. So we'll wait and see, but highly enjoyable. If you haven't downloaded the game. Thoroughly recommended to go and do it, unless you don't like eating people. If you're a vegetarian, probably not the game for you. But other than that, yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, so we do a lot of this analysis of free-to-play games. So if that's your thing, do subscribe and you won't miss anything at all, and you might find some new games. So thanks